Unfortunately, our top story as we begin this week comes out of West Bloomfield, where a home fire overnight on Sunday has claimed lives in the 5,000 block of Pembury Lane. Just shortly after 8 p.m., a call was made to 911 that led to all 6 fire stations here in West Bloomfield Township responding to the fire in that neighborhood. And it's on the 5,000 block of Pembury Lane. That's in the neighborhood, as you see on your screen. Right in the middle is Pembury Lane. That's in the neighborhood off of Orchard Lake Road, in between Maple and 14 Mile. Here with more details on what we know so far from the response at that home in the 5,000 block of Pembury in West Bloomfield is our fire marshal for the West Bloomfield and Tri-City Fire Departments, Byron Turnquist. Byron, thank you for joining us under these unfortunate circumstances.
You're welcome, Tyler. How are you this morning?
You know what? I'm probably doing as well as the rest of the community is, given the circumstances at this time. I gave a little bit of the details on the initial response from all 6 fire stations, but give us what we need to know. What should the community know at this time about this fire that happened overnight?
Well, we're working alongside with the police department, and we're going to try to determine exactly what happened, what caused the fire, to the best of our ability, and in an effort to help prevent it from happening again. The most important thing that I'd like for everybody in the viewing audience to know: take a few minutes today, walk through your house. If you've got elderly parents, walk through their house. Check their smoke alarms, test them, push that button, make sure that it works. If the smoke alarm if smoke alarms in your house are more than 10 years old, replace them. If they're discolored and yellow up on the ceiling, they're not as white as the paint on the ceiling, it's probably a good indicator it's been up there for more than 10 years and it needs to be replaced. Older smoke detectors aren't as sensitive, don't work properly, and it's just real important that everybody have working smoke alarms throughout their home.
It helps you to take that extra step to be able to get notification from throughout your home that something has happened and begin your escape route immediately. Byron Turnquist from the West Bloomfield Fire Department with us. More information on this fire is currently available on their Facebook page, as well as updates Facebook at WB Fire Department. Byron, we know in this incident that all 6 fire stations did respond to this. The critical portion of this was the fact that there were people trapped inside who were unable to escape. Unfortunately, the news from there is that paramedics were able to find all 3 of those who then later succumbed to injuries in the hospital. So it's a tragic situation, certainly, for the family in that household, the victims being a 16-year-old female and as well as a 15-year-old male as well from that fire. And in this scenario, as you go forward as a fire department, what do you do now to help our firefighters also as they mourn responding to a tragic incident like this?
Well, I don't want to sound too cliche, but we're going to keep an eye on our staff and our family. It's very tragic to the family involved in the incident. It's tragic to the neighborhood around it. It's tragic to the schools. There's a lot of people that have been affected by this, and it's important keep an eye on all your loved ones and people that are close to you, and keep an eye out if there's any changes. They may be subtle, but just be there for them and keep an eye on one another, and that's what we're going to do here. We're gonna keep an eye on our staff and check in on them. And the fine line is you don't want to be overbearing, but you do want to make sure that we're there for them in their time of need as well.
Well, Byron, your team has our full support here at Civic Center TV. Our thoughts are with your firefighters and paramedics who responded to this fire, and yourself, Chief Flynn, who were also on site overnight. And of course, you have our full support. Anything else that we should know at this time, or where people can look to for further updates?
Again, you mentioned the Facebook page. Unfortunately, I can't say that we're going to have an answer that everybody wants to know here in the next 10 to 12 hours. We just don't know during our investigation where the course of the details that we find, where that's going to take us. So I really don't want to let people know or lead people to think that we're going to know a good answer here shortly. But we're going to do everything we can, work with all of our partners and try to determine exactly what happened. And again, I can't emphasize, test your smoke alarms, make sure they work. If you need to replace them, while you're replacing them, make sure that you have a smoke alarm installed on every floor of your home, outside of the sleeping areas, and then one in each bedroom. Those give you the early warning that you need that will help you in the event of a fire, give you more time to safely get out of the home. It's also a great idea too. Plan your escape, work with all the members of your family, make sure everybody knows at least 2 ways out of the house. Um, in case one way is blocked, they know of another avenue that they could go to escape the house or escape the fire. And it's also a great idea. Um, we try to teach kids at an early age to sleep with your bedroom doors closed. This is a great opportunity to try to work with your children and make sure that they understand why you sleep with your bedroom door closed. Having that door closed creates a barrier. So when in the event of a fire, it helps keep the smoke and hot gases further away from you, which again gives you more time. And if you're trapped in a bedroom and that door's closed, it'll buy you time and we can get there and rescue you out of your bedroom window or wherever you may be. So smoke alarms, exit drills, and sleeping with your bedroom doors closed are all very important fire safety messages that will help protect everyone that lives in the community.
And unfortunately, there's nothing that really emphasizes the need for those more than when we do experience a tragedy like this here in the greater West Bloomfield community. Byron, thank you so much again for taking time to be with us today.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Welcome back to The Splash Live. I'm Tyler Keith. We'll continue our coverage of a fire overnight in West Bloomfield Township that left 3 people trapped inside of a home. Victims currently, according to a press release from the West Bloomfield Fire Department, a 16-year-old female and a 15-year-old male, as well as a 12-year-old male as well. 3 victims from inside, all kids. Really sad story out of West Bloomfield Township. We do have some more information from on-site at the home fire is Jake Schaf from our team joining us live on The Splash. Jake.
Hey, Tyler, good morning. I'm here live outside of Pembury Lane here in West Bloomfield, where the fire recently took place last night. You can look over my shoulder. You can see right over there, there is yellow tape surrounding the house. It's a little difficult to see with the fog, but it has been barricaded as to make sure nobody crawls onto the property. There were 3 casualties from the fire, and I have been informed that the smoke alarms were not connected, and that obviously played a factor into how the fire got out of control as it did. No other updates are here at the moment, but there are plenty of people who are slowing down their cars as they drive by. Plenty of other news organizations out here covering the story, and just waiting for more updates from this terrible, terrible tragedy. Back to you, Tyler.